Good morning from Guatemala. So, in our last post, I talked about how we had gone to the border of Mexico and our bus was not given a permit at first in order to cross. So, we decided to go back to North Carolina and where my in laws live and sell our bus. And then we were debating on whether to drive or whether to fly. Well, since we had already driven like over 4,000 miles, and that was not including the mileage from Williamsburg to North Carolina, or even from where we got the bus in Pennsylvania to Williamsburg to North Carolina. This is just from North Carolina down and back. And we drove over 4,000 miles. We had a great time, a good adventure. There was lots of things that we did here and there, but we decided we really didn't feel like spending the money on hotels and things to go all the way back down again. So we decided we would check out flying. Well, it looks like the flights that we had two options, really. We could fly to Mexico City and then, well, really, that's the only thing you could do. You could go from like Atlanta or Charlotte, somewhere like that. You would still have to come out of Atlanta because it has to be an international airport. And then go to Mexico City, where you'd have a layover, and then to Tuxtla. And Tuxtla is like, I think, like an hour and a half from San Cristobal. So you'd have to drive, take a taxi, bus, something like that. But the problem with that flight was that it was going to be a total of like 12 and some hours, I don't know. The flight was like, I forget how long it was, but there was like a 6.5, 7 hour layover in Mexico City. The other flights that went to other places in Mexico were either too far away or not given, were like do not travel, reconsider travel states, and we didn't want to go there. In the meantime, Chiapas is now at level 2, which is just use caution. Basically, don't do things stupid like drink and go out in public by yourself. You could get attacked especially if you go down a bad street or something. But that was not even for the city that we're going to, which is a pretty large city. So what we decided to do instead, to make this adventure even more fantastic, we decided to fly from Atlanta to Guatemala City. And it just so happens that Thomas had already left from Atlanta to go to Guatemala City. He has a friend, Sebastian, who lives in Guatemala City. And so he had been staying with him for the past week or so. And so he would help us, meet us at the airport, and so forth and so on. So what we wound up doing, we spent Thanksgiving with my in-laws. We had to go again to take the dog to get another health certificate because the one from Mexico ran out. It only lasted for 10 days, so we had to go get another health certificate. Actually, we had to get two because we had to get one for Guatemala, which lasts for 30 days, and then one for Mexico lasting 10 days. And then we flew. We actually, Charlie drove to Charlotte and got a rental car. Then came back, picked me, the dog, and our luggage up. And then we drove to Atlanta. We spent the night in a hotel there, turned in the rental car. Next morning, we were only like 4 minutes from the airport.